Our Carol Flight Mission Log 001. Narrator, White Sage. Security rating, zero point 0.5. High security. Location, Corporation, Home System. Operation, Ice Mining. Blue Sage, Exhumer, Skiff. Green Sage, Exhumer, Skiff. Pink Sage, Industrial Command Ship, Orca. Red Sage, Exhumer, Skiff. White Sage, Exhumer, Skiff. Mission briefing. Objective: mine ice for Corp and Team ISK. Threat profile: occasional Blood Raider Covenant fire gates. Restrictions: high security engagement protocols in effect. Mining rights authorized. Bonus conditions: full site clearance. Log start. Point 0.5 systems sit on the edge of certainty. Still high security, still under Concord's jurisdiction, but only just. Patrols take longer to arrive. Response windows stretch thin. You're protected technically, but expected to protect yourself first. We undocked from our Fortizar as a single decision. The structure loomed behind us, angular and unmistakably player-built, its silhouette a statement of intent rather than inheritance. This wasn't faction space. Nothing here was given. Everything existed because someone paid for it, defended it, and kept it fueled. Alignment was deliberate. We matched velocity before warp, every hull accelerating together until mass and inertia no longer mattered. That's the trick. Match the slowest ship and the fleet becomes one object. When the command came, all 5 of us entered warp simultaneously. No stagger, no stragglers. The Orca arrived with us. The ice belt unfolded ahead, pale and fractured. Blocks of frozen wealth suspended in quiet orbit. Limited volume. I estimated 300,000 cubic meters at a glance. Enough for one disciplined operation. Not enough for greed. Pink brought the Orca down first. She positioned at the far end of the belt, choosing the direction we would advance before a single drone was launched. The industrial core cycled up, its activation locking the Orca into a slower, heavier existence. Once engaged, movement became intentional rather than reactive. Pink understood that better than anyone. We built around her. 4 skiffs settled into formation, each holding at roughly 1 kilometer. Close enough for cohesion, far enough to maneuver. Survivability over yield spikes, medium holds, reliable ice harvester cycles. This wasn't a sprint. Combat drones stayed ready in their holds. 25 total across the fleet. We didn't deploy them unless we had to. Emergency warp readiness mattered more than posturing. Ice harvesting drones came next. Pink deployed hers first, selecting a pristine block near her bow. One by one we followed, all ice drones converging on the same asteroid. Strip miners wouldn't have helped us here. Ice required patience and specialization. Our ice harvesters reached outward, targeting blocks further along our plotted path through the belt. One roid close, several far. Efficiency lives in geometry. D-scan pulsed on my HUD. Clear. Other capsuleers were already present. Independent miners, opportunists, a small corporation wing. We adjusted targets subtly, avoiding overlap unless the belt forced our hand. Courtesy costs nothing and saves time. Command boost settled into rhythm. Yield stabilized. Capacitors normalized. Cycle timers synchronized. Pink's Orca became the gravitational center of the operation, not by mass alone, but by coordination. Ice flowed. The Orca's fleet hangar accepted transfers continuously. Exhumers shed their burden without ever filling to capacity. Ore hold. Cargo hold. Fleet hangar. Each space filled in turn, Pink tracking the balance with practiced ease. Local shifted. Blood Raider Covenant signatures flickered into existence. Frigates. One group, then another. They always came eventually. Fringe systems attract scavengers. I watched D-scan tighten. They warped in at range, red hulls sharp against the ice. I waited long enough to be certain. Deploy combat drones, I said. 25 drones spilled into space in a single controlled wave. No panic, no chatter. They intercepted, dismantled, and returned with minimal fuss. The ice never stopped flowing. Drones recalled. Emergency warp posture restored. Pink never disengaged her industrial core. Heavy water levels remained stable. The Orca's fuel hold was generous by design. No need to break rhythm. That top-off could wait until transfer. We passed the halfway mark. Then 70%. Pink adjusted orientation incrementally, crawling the Orca forward as her ice drone finished one block and selected another. The rest of us advanced with her, formation intact, always 1 kilometer, always aligned. Green spoke quietly. Freighter run when ready. I waited until the numbers settled. Now. Green disengaged cleanly, her skiff slipping from formation and warping back to the Fortizar. The rest of us adjusted automatically. Blue closed the gap. Red recalculated yield distribution without comment. Green returned minutes later in her Kaldari Charon, the freighter arriving exactly when expected. No earlier, no later. It never lingered. That wasn't its role. Pink aligned as much as the industrial core allowed. Transfers began immediately. Ice moved from Orca to freighter. Exhumer holds followed. Heavy water rode along with the ice, bundled efficiently for the return trip. Pink's fuel didn't need it yet, but logistics favors anticipation. Other miners watched. No one interfered. The Charon aligned and warped out as soon as its task was complete. Green returned again in her skiff before the Orca even reached half capacity. The gap closed. Formation restored. The belt thinned visibly now. Fewer intact blocks, wider gaps. Pink selected the next viable target, drones converging, lasers reaching farther, the fleet advancing in quiet agreement. No one chased the last scraps. That's how belts punish you. When the Orca reached operational capacity, I gave the order. Recall drones. Align Fortizar. Ice harvesters powered down. Combat drones stayed stowed. The industrial core began its slow wind down. One by one, we aligned, matched speed, and entered warp together. All 5 ships. The belt fell away behind us, silent and diminished. Another operation completed. No losses, no panic, no wasted motion. That's how you survive on the fringe. Log end.